Well, alright guys, welcome back to the automotive channel. Thought I'd bring you along today. I'm going to be replacing the vacuum modulator for the transmission. These things can fail in several different ways. One way is the diaphragm in here, vacuum part, it just disintegrates and it causes a massive vacuum leak to the intake, which is this line right here. Goes straight to the intake and all the way down to where the transmission's at. And right there is the old one. It's huge compared to the other one. So and then what will happen is it'll suck fluid from the transmission, suck it into the intake and burn it. You won't see it. Maybe sometimes you will, just depends on your application, but mine's definitely bad. The transmission shifts funny from first to second. It kind of slides into second, third, fourth, and overdrive is good, but first to second is just not great. Sometimes I have idle issues and I'm losing transmission fluid, so I think it's about time to replace this guy. And this one is adjustable, so I can adjust how firm and how soft I want the shifts to be. It comes in a box like this. It's about 25 bucks. Picked this up at Advance Auto, not a sponsor. MD28 is the part number, if I'm not mistaken. Transmission modulator valve. So, here's the vacuum hose that comes in it, in the kit. And here's the instructions, just for reference. These go for several different types of transmissions, but this is the 440 T4, I believe is what it's called. So, tools you're going to need is a 13 millimeter. Doesn't have to be a deep weld. Extension, 3/8 ratchet, and a screwdriver, flathead. It's going to be small enough to set this set screw. You turn it all the way in, that's going to be the hardest, firmest shift you're ever going to have. And you probably don't want it to be that firm because you could probably damage the transmission. All the way out, like I have it right now, it would be the softest. So, right here is the modulator. I'm going to get some better light, get this air cleaner out of the way, and set up the camera and get it apart. Alright, so, see that vacuum line, you got to get that off. Sometimes I could be a little rascal to get undone. And right there is a 13 millimeter nut bolt. It's got the bracket on it that holds the modulator into the transmission with an O-ring. Okay, so once you knock it loose, it's not a very long bolt. Remember which way the bracket went on, because you're going to have to put it back the same way, or that modulator will not stay inside the transmission. Now you got to get this vacuum line off, and then it'll slide right out. Actually, I had to end up using these guys to get that hose off. Now another thing too is, like I said, the line goes up here to the intake. So if you're doing this job, you might as well replace this hose if it's not been done. It could be brittle, have cracks in it, and that could cause a vacuum leak and have the same issues that you're having. So once you get the line off, pull slightly, twist back and forth. It should come right out. Just like so. You can put a vacuum gauge on these and suck on it and see if it does anything, but it's so loose, very heavy compared to this guy. But they're the same diameter, and you want to take some transmission fluid, put it on this seal, and that way it lubricates it really good, so it'll pop right into the transmission easier. Okay, so now that you got the O-ring lubricated with transmission fluid, which, to be honest, reeks, I'm going to go ahead and make sure you clean the area, and there's no dirt that's going to fall inside the bore to the trans, because that would not be good. And then just pretty much pop it back in. Okay, right before you put that modulator back in, you want to put the hose on, lubricate the line if you can't get it on with transmission fluid. It's not going to hurt it. Slide the light on, then take the valve, till it pops in just like so, and put the vacuum line on. Put the clamp back on, just like you took it off. Okay, so if you put this clamp on and you don't see the valve go in a little ways as you tighten it down snug, then you got the clamp on backwards. Take it off, put the clamp on the other way, and see if it pushes it in. Because I've done that before in the past. It's very easy to get messed up. But it's all hooked up. Hook up the TCC or overdrive for lockup, torque converter lockup, just like so, and start up the vehicle, take it for a test drive, and if it shifts too soft, turn it up a little bit, about 1 full turn or half a turn, or if it's too rough or too hard when it shifts, then back it back out a half a turn or a full turn, just until you get to where you think it should be. I can't find the actual specs to look it up to figure out what it should be. I'm just going to go by feel and ear and adjust it that way and drive it. So, yeah. Alright, you want to start the vehicle up, get it warmed up. It's about 45, 50 degrees here. Kind of cold with wind. Take a flathead screwdriver with you. You're more likely going to need it to adjust it as you drive it. Alright, the car is up to operating temperature, transmission's warmed up. I'm not at the house. You want to make sure you get the transmission fully warmed up before you start making any adjustments, because that can do a big change on how it shifts, how it drives, and everything. But I can already tell the car is like 100% like brand new again. The shifts are way better. So smooth. And I'm going like 15 miles an hour now with second gear. Before, it was like dragging. You'd have to push on it or really let off to let it shift. So I'm going to go through the gears real quick and just easily, and then make adjustments if I need to. Third, fourth, and overdrive, right at 45 miles an hour. Alright, so I'm going to make just a little bit of an adjustment. It needs to be just a little bit more firm. So I'm going to take the screw, turn it in 1 full turn, and then go from there and see what happens. I just had to get gas, so. Alright, now we made our adjustments. Let's see how she shifts. Still slips in second. And overdrive. Right at 55 miles an hour. Alright, let's get on it a little bit. comment, turn bar. And that's 65. I think that pretty much sums it up. Transmission's still not the greatest. She's got 235K, so it's seen better days. And I mean, it shifts better in the other gears, and it shifts better when it's cold. It may be still a little bit low on fluid because I did have to add some. And you know, I mean, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Have any questions or comments, leave them in the bottom. I'll try my best to get to them. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. And if you were wondering, this is an 87 Chevy Celebrity 2.8. Has the 440 T4 automatic 4-speed transmission. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. Hope this helps you out.